Hey there! So let's talk about making artificial intelligence a real practical tool in your classroom without needing to be some kind of tech wizard. We're going to look at how a few simple copy and paste templates can seriously change the game for your daily tasks. Let's dive right in. Okay, does this sound familiar? You sit down to use an AI tool thinking, this is going to save me so much time. You type in what you want, hit enter, and what you get back is just meh. It's vague, it's generic, it's not at all what you needed. So you try again, rephrase it, and then rephrase it again. Pretty soon, you've spent way more time fighting with the AI than it would have taken to just do it yourself. It's a super common frustration. And just look at the difference a little bit of structure makes. On the left, a vague prompt like write a parent email gets you that useless, generic response we were just talking about. But on the right, when you use a simple template, bam, you get something specific, helpful, and pretty much ready to go. The difference is absolutely night and day, and it all just comes down to how you ask. And this right here is the core of it. You're not bad at this. The problem is that the AI just can't read your mind. I like to think of it like a substitute teacher. If you just leave a note that says, teach a lesson, who knows what you'll get? But if you provide some context, the objectives, a little about the students, you're going to get a fantastic result. AI is exactly the same. So here's the great news. You do not need to become some kind of AI prompting expert. The secret is just using a better recipe. Think about it. You don't have to be a gourmet chef to make an amazing meal if you have a really good recipe with clear steps. Well, these templates, they're your gourmet recipe for getting great results from AI. So what exactly are we talking about when we say prompt template? It's not complicated, I promise. It's just a pre-made structure, usually only 2 or 3 sentences long, that you can copy, paste, and then fill in with your details. Its whole job is to give the AI all that critical info it's missing, so it can finally give you the effective, useful result you were hoping for in the first place. And the magic behind a really great template boils down to 4, let's call them secret ingredients. First, context. Who is this for? What's the grade level? Second, constraints. Are there any limits, like a word count or a time limit? Third, format. What do you want it to look like? A bulleted list, a paragraph, a chart? And fourth, tone. How should it sound? Should it be warm and friendly or more formal and professional? Now, before we get into the examples, I want to share a really important caveat. AI is an amazing tool, but it is not a replacement for your professional judgment. For those really personal, sensitive student issues, or any situation that truly needs your expertise and your empathy, that's where you draw the line. AI is here to help, not to replace the essential human heart of teaching. All right, enough theory. Let's see how this actually works in the real world. We're going to start with some of those common admin tasks that just seem to eat up so much of our time, starting with communication. Let's kick things off with a task that we all love doing, but let's be honest, we often just don't have time for. Sending that really great positive note home to a parent. We want it to be special and meaningful, but we also need it to be fast. And here is the template for that. See, just by filling in these simple blanks, you're telling the AI everything it needs to know. You're not just saying write a nice email. You're giving it the student's name, the exact achievement, why that achievement actually matters, and you're even telling it to keep the tone warm and the length brief. You just copy, paste, fill it out, and you're pretty much done. Okay, now let's tackle a tougher one, the difficult parent email. This is one of those times where getting the tone and the facts perfectly right is absolutely critical. And it's a place where AI can be a huge help in drafting something that's professional and focused on solutions. This template is so powerful because it forces you to be specific and objective. You provide the factual behavior, no emotion, just the facts. Its impact on learning, the diplomatic tone you need, and this is the key part, the actions you've already taken, and what you suggest as next steps. This totally transforms the AI from just a writer into a real strategic partner for your communication. All right, let's shift gears. We're moving away from the admin work and getting back to the heart of what we do, planning awesome, engaging instruction for our students. We all know that every great lesson needs a great hook right at the beginning to grab students' attention. But, wow, coming up with fresh, creative ideas every single day can be exhausting. This is a perfect job for a well-structured AI prompt. Check out how specific this template gets. Of course, you've got the topic, grade, and objective, but here's the real power move, including student interests, things like video games or TikTok, and even telling it what kind of hook you want. This makes sure the idea isn't just creative, but it's also a perfect fit for your kids. Now, here's a task that is so important for differentiation: creating a vocabulary list that works for all the different learners in your room. And let me tell you, doing this well by hand can take forever. With a template like this, you can generate a tiered list in literally seconds. You just define the topic, how many words you want, and the exact tiers you need, from the essential words everyone has to know to advanced ones for your high flyers. You can even ask for student-friendly definitions and example sentences, creating this amazing resource in an instant. So we've seen how these simple recipes can create some pretty incredible results for both communication and planning. Let's wrap things up with the key things to remember as you get started on your own. Okay, here are your 3 big takeaways. Number 1, templates work because they give the AI the specific context and rules that it's missing. 2, don't try to solve your biggest, hairiest problem on day 1. Start small. Pick a common task, like writing one of those emails. And 3, and this is the most important, the AI is your first draft assistant, not the final boss. You always have to review its work, personalize it, and apply your own professional expertise. And that really brings us to the end. The real question isn't if AI can help you, it's what are you going to do with it? You now have a clear method to make it work. So, think about your to-do list for this week. What's that one little task, that one small thing that you're going to solve first with a simple copy and paste template?